Well, if I knew I was doing this, I would have kept my soiree top on. Anyway, if I keep looking down at the floor, it's because yesterday I got shit up by a massive black spider running from under the bed. I do have the vac behind me. So anyway, I really wanted to do a Portsmouth video this week because I filmed throughout the 6 days as much as I could, mostly the ships and the trucks and all that. There's even a landing craft there at the museum now, which is quite new. So what I'm saying is this. That's what I wanted to do, but they're on my laptop, and every time you do a video, either on the gaming PC or the laptop, you've got to log into Filmora. Bit of a hassle, and it's getting late anyway. So I thought I'd do a quick video. So I want to talk a bit about the holiday, but I just want to tell you this right now. An unexpected thing happened earlier this evening. I saw my ex, my very first ex, we're going in the chippy. I came out literally 10 minutes before, sitting in car park eating, and she went in. And I was like, oh, how the hell did I fancy that? The good thing is, boom, she's out of my mind now. I can move on to somebody else. Okay, so about the holiday then. On the Monday, we left at about 10:30. It took us around 4 hours to get down there. We saw a couple of nice Scanias. We saw a TV broadcasting unit coming back from Silverstone. We saw a couple of race transports, again coming back from Silverstone. And we also saw a powerboat on an MAN TGA. Now, these are the old MANs. These are originally from 2001 to 2008. And seeing one of them in itself working now is quite rare. But seeing it with a massive powerboat on, like the ones that race around Dubai, is mega. I've never seen one up close. It might have been going to the Southampton boat, coming back from the Southampton boat show. I don't know when that's on. I know it's about 30 quid to get in it. That's what I've heard. Anyway, so we got down there, saw my cousin Nicola. Really nice to see her on like the first hour with her. I'm very happy with that. She's my favourite cousin, by the way. And I know her sister's good looking, but I've always liked Nicola. I would love a woman like Nicola. She knows that. I've always said that. To be honest, I've said it since we're 5. It's over 15 years. So anyway, we got into the hotel, and Heather thought we hadn't booked in until Saturday. A good 5 days away. She thought we were just having the weekend. So then we had to go in 2 separate rooms. And then finally comes the Tuesday morning, we could go out to the family room, which is really, really nice. Really old, really nice. Michael Petit. With all the furnishings of the Royal Navy. 2 really beautiful paintings. One of HMS Victory going into dry dock in 1922, and one of HMS Warrior in 1863, escorting the, I think it's called the Albert and Victoria, which it was like the first royal yacht, the Victoria and Albert, something like that. Really nice yacht out of Portsmouth Harbour after one of the, like naval salutes and all that. So that was quite nice. I don't even remember that painting from 2 years ago, to be honest. Day 2, Tuesday, we push on and we see Nicola with her son Elliot, who's 5, but he's a brilliant mathematician. To be honest, the way he talks, he sounds more like 75. He's definitely been here before. Then after that, we get to a favourite place of mine. I've wanted to go there for a while, called Fort Nelson. It belongs to the Royal Armouries. It literally has hundreds of pieces of artillery in. There's Russian pieces from the war. Very surprised how small some of them are. Then you have the British 6-pounders, the anti-tank guns. You also have the German 88mm anti-aircraft gun, and a training aid which is on rails. It's basically a 1918 railgun. You also have smaller weapons like cannon, a couple of tank turrets. So yeah, and of course some of the original weaponry that was in Fort Nelson during the 1800s is still there in its original place. If you haven't been, I urge you to go. It's an amazing place. It really is. Wednesday was quite a hectic day, to be honest. We went up the Spinnaker. Then we had 15 minutes to catch the hovercraft. And while I was at the Spinnaker, what did I see? That was, I don't know how many miles away, packing up the big concert that had been there the weekend before. Scan Your Next Generation in yellow. Bull bar on, light bars, you name it, the works. This guy had spent a hell of a lot of money on it. So it was 15 minutes to go because we had to catch the hovercraft. And I thought, can we get up to Portsmouth Green, the Common, as it's called, and then can we catch the hovercraft, or will we have wasted 77 quid? So anyway, what happened? Lo and behold, and I cannot believe I'm saying this, it came around the roundabout near Portsmouth University. As we were going round, it was fate. It was the perfect shot as well. The guy were absolutely buzzing that I'd got a picture of it, so I've got to get that on Facebook and Flickr soon. So anyway, we made the hovercraft. It was a little choppy. Mother was almost seasick. I loved it. We got to the Isle of Wight, spent 2 hours in Rye, went to Subway. I haven't stepped foot on the Isle of Wight since late September 2005. Magical place for me. Absolutely loved it. Then it was dark on the way back. Even more choppier. We saw the Spinnaker lit up at night. Got some amazing shots of that. So then Thursday comes around. And we booked the ferry over to the Isle of Wight. The new hybrid ferry, which is called Victoria of Wight. Got out at the ferry port. Saw a couple of wagons. Saw a few that was coming off the ferry as it were coming in. So really nice treat that were. Got a nice photo of that old Renault Magnum as well. So very happy. Then after that, it was the Nower crossing over the Solent. Got some beautiful pictures. So yeah, it was a really nice run that. Got on the Isle of Wight, got to the place called Shanklin. Then after that, we went to, well, we was going, you can't help the noise downstairs, you know what I mean? It's like a fucking fog on. Anyway, so we was going to go over to a place called Sandown, and I had a look at the pier before we went on Google, and there's an old pumping station there. It belongs to the Golf Resort now. Operation Pluto, just after D-Day, it was the pipeline under the ocean that got the fuel to the trucks, to the tanks, even to the warships, I guess. And basically, this really small building pumped the fuel, and it's so famous. And I would have loved to have gone there. You don't know how much I regret not going. I know we're going back to Portsmouth next May, but it's not the point. So anyway, it was either go over to the airfield, 5 minutes, or drive through Sandown. Yeah, and we had no choice because the ferry was leaving, and you have to be at the ferry port half an hour before it leaves. So what the hell happened? There was another ferry that came in that took the bulk of the cars. You still had the trucks arriving when our ferry Victoria of Wight should have been departing. So I was there for a good 45 minutes to an hour. So I had time doing it. But after all, I sat in a scan of your top line, Euro 5, so I weren't that bothered where. But yeah, I really wish I would have gone. Really wish I would have gone. So I went back to Nicola's for a drink, some food. And I kept trying to say to him, look, Elliot's tractor that I saw, when are you going to give it me? It's an old Ford. When are you going to give it me? Not until the last day I got it. It's by Earthton, and it was made in Iowa. Proper tractor country. 132 scale as well. Very happy. Got to restore it because it's quite salt corroded. But yeah, God, it's mine now anyway. Phil Smith will be jealous. Then after that, Friday, we were going to go to Bovington Tank Museum. But instead we had a harbour tour because you have to book Bovington, and it's a good hour away from Portsmouth. And I wanted to try and get to the Royal Signals Museum and at a stretch, Lulworth Cove. So we had a harbour tour of the Royal Navy ships, saw our new carrier, HMS Prince of Wales. Then Saturday, we went to the model shop in Gosport. Great chap, got some really rare models, so very happy with that. Spent an absolute fortune, and I got some freebies as well. But I didn't walk away with the big 1950s Tonka transporter in green that I've seen so many times on YouTube. So hopefully in May, that'll be mine. Not that I have anywhere to put it, of course, apart from the fucking roof. Anyway, then after that, we went over to Nicola's and she said, Joel says, have you been to Tangmere Aviation Museum? I think you have. And I said, no, we didn't have time for it last time. We make the trek, I believe it's north. I say north, it's Sussex, I believe. So this old Battle of Britain fighter station, I cannot believe it. The old concrete for the runway is still there. Not that we could get in that big as a COVID testing centre. But we went in the museum. Lovely staff. I will say that right now. And if you've never visited and you love aviation, that's a must. It's got a replica Spitfire. Got a replica Westland Lysander. It's got a Sea Vixen, Phantom, 2 Harrier jump jets, Phantom, as I've just said, a Lightning, an Orca Hunter, and the Hunter that Jeffrey Duke broke the 1953 world speed record with, and the 1946 Gloucester Meteor that broke the world speed record. Honestly, it's bloody amazing, and there's more models there than I've got in my collection. Plus, there's a lot of World War II memorabilia to do with the Battle of Britain. I mean, it is Battle of Britain country. And there's actually a Hurricane that was discovered 50 years later, whilst they was building a new road. On the right side of the engine, it's just complete sheared off. Amazing what the force of the impact would do. But on the left, you can still see that it says Rolls-Royce. Just an amazing feat of engineering. A couple of stuff to do with Adolf Landing there, and I can't believe I'm saying this, I've seen it so many times on TV. R.J. Mitchell's rifle. Yeah, they've got that under lock and key, but it's there. A couple of Lugers as well. Some very fine artwork, some very rare pieces. Happy I did that. Then we moseyed on down to Calshot, which is a good hour away, especially with the 50 mile an hour limit that they've got now on the A27. Because at roadworks, not that anyone's doing anything as usual. Calshot is the famous place because it was where the short Sunderland flying boats were stationed of Coastal Command. It was their maintenance base, but it was also where Britain won the 1931 Schneider Trophy, and whoever won this trophy would keep it forever. And if you want to see the Supermarine S6B that R.J. Mitchell designed, go to the Solent Sky Museum, because it's in there. You can't sit in it, unfortunately, but it's in there. There was 3 that was made. They beat the Italian Savia Marchetti 72. I took that down there because I thought it was the S6B. Same colour, almost exactly the same, but it wasn't. Calshot Castle is also open to visitors as well, if you go in the day and not the evening. They also have the cottage where the pilots stayed in. It's still there. And so are some of the hangars. One has now been converted into a fitness centre. But what I was surprised about is how close they are. I mean, the wings of a short Sunderland flying boat are quite long. I've actually sat in one, in the cockpit of one. Well, I think it's called the Sandringham, the passenger version. But anyway, they're still really long. So even though it would have been a David Brown tractor that would have been hauling it to the slipway, it's amazing how they would have cleared it. That's what I find amazing. And Calshot is one of the places I've wanted to go for about 12 years. It's just amazing there, to be honest. I loved it. It still hasn't sank in, to be honest. So then after that, the final day, we don't do that much. We go over to, I've totally forgot where it's called, but it's through Gosport. It's the beach at Gosport where they made the Mulberry Harbours. Very nice place with palm trees. It looks like Southern California. And I saw a good-looking woman with a dog sitting on a bench feeding it ice cream. Come on, you know what I'm like, wanting a girlfriend and that. And I could have kicked myself for not going over there, not talking to her. She saw I had a camera, she kept looking. Should have used it to my advantage. But what's done is done. On the way back, saw a couple of wagons. Didn't want to come back. Had a group picture with Nicola, Joe and Elliot. Did not want to come back. I love the North, but trust me, there was just nothing to come back for. I wasn't bothered about the model room. I wasn't bothered about Eurotruck. I wasn't bothered about the gaming computer. I wasn't bothered. I just wanted to stay down there. I wanted to buy a house down there and stay. And if father would get his class 1, then we bloody could do. So anyway, came back, as I said, Birmingham M6 toll road. Saw a JP Price steel wagon from Scotland. Saw a nice bulker as well. I was asleep for quite a bit of the journey. It's not like me. But you have to remember, when we was going down to Portsmouth that day, I'd been up for 33 hours. Oh shit. Oh shit. Oh shit. That's obviously its son. Let me just get the vac. Doesn't matter. Oh shit. This is rather unexpected. I fucking hate spiders. Right. The last bit of the story now. Right, if that's there, then that big one's there somewhere. Just had to show its face, didn't it? I'm just going to do the last bit out here, to be honest, because I don't want to be anywhere near that. Right, okay, so basically, we came home, saw the turn off, and I just woke up and I was like, oh, why am I here? Why do I have to be back here? But yeah, it was a great holiday, and instead of talking about it, I want you to see it. So what I'm going to do later this week, not just my new business cards for my photography, because I do need to get them done, but what I'm going to do in between, I'm going to get the photos transferred from the laptop to the hard drive to the gaming PC. Then we're going to edit a video next Wednesday and show you exactly what it was like. Now, as I say, I've got so many days down there. We had 6 days. So I'm hoping to turn that into possibly 6 or more videos. Now, it's complicated because how do you tell a story of the day? Because sometimes we pack 3 things in a day. And I don't want it to be too boring. And I don't want it to be too... I want you guys to watch it. Because it is like an adventure of my life type thing. So we will work out doing that, don't worry. And join me next Wednesday when you will see whatever it is you'll see. But it is going to be all about the holiday for the next few weeks. We may be locked down next month, that's what I've heard. Fingers crossed we don't, because I've got to do some more singing and karaoke at the club. Got some songs lined up. That's all I'm going to say. Anyway, have a good one. Join me next week. It's been on a bit too long, this video, but join me next week and I'll show you my great adventures in Portsmouth. Have a good one. Ta-da. I'll go and look for that spider now, shall I? Vac it up, hopefully.